Okay, guys, let's get started. Um, this is June the 4th, new rep training. Now, we have started now in June, but now this is going to strictly be for um, new reps or any rep that has been attending the refresher training for the last 6 months. I really want to get back to the new rep thing. When we started the Zooms in December, I was like, you know what? Some of the people may need some refresher too, so we'll open it up to everybody. And I did that for 6 months, but I've been trying to cram so much in so that I would be talking to vets and also newbies, that it was starting to stress me out a little bit because I always feel like there's more that newbies need to know in the beginning. So probably every other month, we're going to have just a refresher Onward Zoom party during the summer where we'll kind of just get together and you'll be able to send me questions and we'll answer them on the Zoom. So don't fret if like you're watching this on the replay or you end up coming in later and you're like, oh no, Molly says I can't come in anymore. You are always welcome. The link is always in the Team Onward Facebook group. Anybody who wants to can. Just know that this is all going to be geared towards new representatives to make sure that they're getting the start they need in the first 7 campaigns of their business. Okay, so let me see here. What was I going to show you? So first of all, in case you're new and you haven't seen the business bundle that we do each campaign, you can only get this once if your name is drawn, and whether you are live or whether you are on the replay, if you send me the information to my email that I asked for, then you're entered into the raffle. So you have a week to do that before I do the drawing. And then I send out what I call the Business Booster Bundle, which I feel like is a conglomerate of business tools that can really help jumpstart your business. Things, of course, like brochures, and you'll either get brochures from Campaign 12, which are still good. Always remember, as a new representative, you can back order up to or back 2 campaigns. So we're in 13 right now. You could back order from 12 and 11, but when you are in 14, you can back order from 13 and 12 and still honor the sale prices. If you have any problems with not sure how to do that on the order form on youravon.com, contact your upline or contact me directly, and I will make sure that you get that. So you're going to get some brochures. You're going to get some callback notes. I love these. I love these, especially for my already established customers. I can stick one of these in a brochure that I'm giving them, and then when I'm delivering the next order, most of the time they have this one ready to go with the current order. So that's kind of cool because it kind of shows them what you need. It's nice if they give you the campaign number. It's nice if they give you the item number, write a little description down about what it is and what the price is supposed to be. Because sometimes that can help you. If they haven't given you the campaign number, you can say, oh, hold up, she said this was supposed to be $8.99, but it's coming up $12.99. So you're like, I need to go look at another brochure then and see exactly, or check out the magnifying glass on the Your Avon My Orders page on the order sheet, which will give you what the prices are in those campaigns. Also, we give you receipt book or order book, whatever you want to call it. These are free. You can get these and order these with your order. Avon gives them to you free. You should have gotten one of these in your new kit. But what we also give you is the little, I guess this is like the order book like cover. I love this. I keep one of these in my purse. I have bunches and bunches of them, but I keep one of these in my purse because it keeps my order book very sound. Even though I do my Avon invoicing online through Your Avon, I take my orders in here. They're free. I don't use the carbon. If something happens and somebody orders something though, and let's say they want to pay me in advance, or you get your customers to pay you in advance, which is great if you do, you can use these to give them receipts, and you can mark down how they paid you or what kind of a deposit they gave you. So these are kind of good. And it has a little ink pen that comes with it up there on the top too. So you're going to get that. You're also going to get here some skincare samples. You're going to get some samples. We don't stop with the skincare though. We also give you something like the Skin So Soft samples, which is very cool. They just came out with those this year. We'll probably give you some sort of fragrance samples with this. We also will give you brochure covers, which word of advice, every brochure that you get when you order your new brochures and they come in, always take the first one out and keep that one for yourself. Don't do a Molly. Molly got so excited when she started that she just gave all the books out, didn't keep anything for herself, couldn't look at anything. Molly, what does this mean? I'm like, I don't know. I have to look it up online. So first brochure should always be yours. The reason I can keep that straight is because I know that mine is in my cover. And I have to tell you, I have brochures all the way back. I love my covers. I even take, like when they send me outlets and stuff, I just stick them in the side there so everything is kept together. Helps you keep organized. And I got to tell you, organization is something that in this business, if you don't have it yet, you need to be working on it every day to develop it. And believe me, the struggle is real. I'm still trying to develop it 14 years later. You're also going to get an Aspira handbook, which again, all of this stuff you can order from youravon.com. But I love this. We have an awesome wellness line, and it's really, really good to be caught up with exactly what the Aspira line can do for you and your customers. How in the world are you going to be able to share something with somebody if you don't know what the product will do? We're also going to give you a thing of recruiting flyers, which these can be mailed out or handed out. Again, these can be bought on youravon.com. But I love these Boss Life flyers. They're amazing. I use these when I have events. People give me their name and number. I can't reach them by phone or text, but they've given me their address to say, hey, you were interested in the opportunity when we talked at this event. And boy, you know, if you're interested, this is how you can sign up online, or give me a call and I'd be more than happy to talk to you. So these are really great tools too. Also, now that they got the lipstick samples back in, yeah, you get lipstick samples. All you have to do with that, again, and if you're watching this on YouTube as a replay, please remember you must be on my personal team, not my extended Avon family and Onward no matter what. I can't give 17,000 of you these things, okay? I'm not quite making that much money yet. I can't do all that. So I don't mind sending you anything if you email me. If you're looking for a file or something, most of them are probably in Onward. But these specific things, when I'm doing stuff, they're for my team. I just open the training up to anybody who wants to watch the replay. So again, you're going to email me at molly7720@gmail.com. Please wait till the end of this session to email me, because if I share other things and there are things that you want or links that you want, you're going to have to ask me for them. That tells me, for the replay people, have you really watched the whole thing? Or are you just trying to get in the drawing? You trying to get over on Mama Molly. Now, don't be trying to get over on Mama Molly. That ain't nice, okay? So, yes, you can do that. Okay, so that is the business booster. And what I do is I give everybody a week from the time that I put it and share it with my team. Anybody who emails me and says, hey, I was on the replay or I was on the live, I put your name into my lucky bag and I draw a winner. And as long as you haven't won the business booster packet before, you could be the one who gets it. So, and it's great. Like I said, you know, if you ain't got to put the money out for it and somebody's willing to send it to you, why not? What are we going to talk about tonight? Oh, I forgot. Hold up. Oh, you're also going to get a bag of these. I'm sorry. 50 for 80 cents. These are the clear literature bags, which you can put your brochures in them. You can hang them on doors, hang them on doorknobs. I like to take, we're going to talk about a little bit of this tonight. We're going to talk tonight about how to get your business out there while living your own life. So you're not feeling like, look, personally, I love being able to take a couple of hours a week at least, even when I was brand new, to say, I'm going to go out and work my business, but I'm going to do something definite today. Like, I've planned on doing this. But I have to be clear. I couldn't always do that when I first started. I had two other jobs. I was newly or on my way to being newly divorced. And I had to figure out how to work this into my life, because until I was able to give up that one part-time job, I didn't have a lot of extra hours. So we're going to kind of talk about what you can do in case your life is that busy. We're going to talk about a couple of different services that you can use that might make your life a little bit easier. We're going to talk about fun things to do with your brochures to make sure that your customers are looking at the brochure, and you can play these little games with them, and you can decide how you want this to work for you. And these are all things that, do I do them all the time? No, I don't, because I get really busy and I'm too busy talking to y'all all the time, which is where my heart is, talking to my reps. But when I have some downtime, I go back to these things and I do them. And remember, I've been in this business a little over 14 years now, but the first 6 or 7 years of my business, I did this stuff. My customers never knew what was coming. So as I established them, they were always wondering, what's she going to have going on this campaign? What is she going to do? What are we looking for this campaign? And you're going to get what I'm saying when we get to these things. So pay attention. Take some notes, and if there's something, again, why I say wait till the end of this call to email me. I might just suddenly talk about something that you want to use, and you may need the link, and I don't have all the links written down, so we want to make sure that that you are getting what you need, so you'll need what you ask. Something else that I'm doing for this one too, this is, so if you are a, okay, how am I going to put this so you're going to understand it? If you are a new representative on our team, if you have been in what we would call 0 to 7 LOA, or length of association, if you've been in 7 campaigns or less, then I have a raffle that I'm going to do for campaigns 13 and 14. And if you accomplish this, you're going to get a drawing for this, okay? And I'll show you what that is in just a minute. If you are a representative who's been in longer than 7 campaigns, 8 campaigns or more, I'm going to give you a different challenge, because you've been in longer and you should be doing better. And if you do these things, then you're going to get an entry into it also. So again, this doesn't matter whether you're live or on the replay, but we're going to keep summer going here. So the more stuff I can come up with in my Avon box, it ain't doing me no good in my Avon box. So I'm going to make sure y'all get it so you can do some good with that. So the first thing, for anybody who's new, you have been in Avon, you have put in 1 order or no order. So let's just say 0 through 7. So it's either you haven't put in an order yet, or up to your 7th campaign. Okay, this is going to be for, and some of you have already put in your campaign 13 order, which is why I'm making this 13 and 14, so you can do it either way. If you, this is the catch. If you've put in your order for 13 and you meet this, and then in 14, you do it and you meet it again, you're going to get 2 entries. How about that? How about that? There you go. How about that? So this is, God, a shirt I came across. Love this shirt. I remember when we were doing this. This is our Hello Beautiful t-shirt. Love this. Love this. This was one of our strategic, it was hashtag my Avon story. That never gets old. Whether Avon is having some sort of big, huge campaign about something, hashtag my Avon story is no joke, because everywhere you go, there should be somebody who is wanting to hear about your Avon story, or how this company has helped change your life. And I love the whole Hello Beautiful. I remember when that was on everything. So this is the t-shirt. You can earn a t-shirt. Okay. I've got a t-shirt to give away. And I have, some people are like, I'm not into t-shirts, Molly. Well, as you can tell, Mama Molly always into t-shirts. I am just not the girl who likes to dress up. When people say, why'd you want to do this? Besides the fact that I needed money really bad, the other thing was I was told I did not have to wear a Mary Kay jacket. I did not have to wear high heels all the time. I could just do things my way. I could be me. And I like that. So for me, the t-shirts are awesome because I love the fact that it tells people what I do. And believe it or not, this girl who seems to have no problem talking to you now had a real problem going up talking to people in the beginning. I didn't want to hear no. I was scared people were going to say they didn't like it. So there was nothing better than knowing I had an Avon pen, which could say, ask me for a free Avon brochure, which is what this one says. Or maybe it says, take this job and love it with Avon. Or maybe it says, I sell Avon with the lipstick and the lips on it. Ask me for a brochure. You know, it could say something like that. And I love the fact, it's so funny. They never say, can I have an Avon brochure? They go, do you do Avon? My response normally wants to be, no, I just wear Avon shirts all the time. That's what I do. But we don't say that. We don't say that because some people aren't going to take it well. But a shirt, or let's talk even further. A sign on your car, a pin that you're wearing, the fact that if you have a purse that has an outside pocket and you can take that brochure and just let it stick out there so people can see the Avon. I was always thinking of ways to give people something to see. And if they could see it, that was great because lots of people asked me when they could see it. If I was in a doctor's office with my kid, I would take one of my brochures out and I would start flipping through it, just looking at it. And I always had a couple that had a little label on it that said, take me, I'm free. And I would make sure I left those on the table there. But the great thing was in looking at it when somebody else was beside you, they would go, oh, wow, I like, look at those earrings or something. Or, oh, wow, I used to buy Avon all the time. It opens the door to a conversation of, oh, wow, do you have a current Avon representative? And 9 times out of 10, because they say that, they're going to say, no, I don't. And I say, could I give you a current Avon brochure? Most of the time, the answer is yes. And then my next question is, I would love to let you know when my next order goes in and make sure you get a current brochure every campaign. Could I get your name and number or your name, number, and address? I could just drop a brochure off or I could have one mailed to you. I always tell them I have a mailing service, even though I use, you know, we talked about this and most of you have gotten something. Campaignmailer.com, which is what I use for, well, all my customers now, but I had to graduate into that. I used to just use it for the people who were far away. Now I'm able to use it for all of them. These are things that when I tell them that, it eases up the tension of, well, if you'll give me your address, I'll make sure you get a brochure in the mail every campaign, or I'll hang one on your door if we find out they're local and it's okay for you to do that. Know how to say something in order to get the response you want. Sometimes you still won't, but the point is, if they will give it to you, I always let them know what my intention is. I'd like to make sure you don't ever miss out on any of the sales. I can mail the brochure to you. I would love to have your number, not so I can call them, even though I might. Would love to be able to, I'd text my customers as a reminder, letting them know when my next order goes in. Love to make sure that if you get busy, you don't forget that. So if there's something you want, you can place your order with me. Text is not as personal. They don't feel like they have to be on the phone. So sometimes your wording can be everything in this business when you're trying to get people to say, yeah, I really would like, because look, and believe me, when they hold back like, ho, 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 a lot of times it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with their past experience. If they had an Avon representative who was calling them every other day, laying it down, texting them, emailing them, showing up at their door, what can I get you? Wouldn't leave them alone. OMG. If they had that rep, which I think honestly is quite annoying, the reason I loved my Avon rep is because I knew what I wanted to do as a representative, but it was important to me that they were okay with what I wanted to do. Because if not, I can adjust. It's no problem. I also use for people, look, people like text. I've told you guys I use the Shuffle app. I love that. For many of you, I have sent this. If you wanted it texted to you, you would just, well, what's the easiest way for me to do that? If you have not found out about the Shuffle app and you want the Shuffle app, which let me tell you first what all the things I use the Shuffle app for. The Shuffle app, number one, is an app that is $10 a month. $10 a month. So yes, it is a business tool for you to use, but it's also a write-off. For $10 a month, this is like a virtual business card system. So what happens is, and I'm going to kind of show you some of this here because I love Zoom, so now I don't have to just send you a picture of it. My Shuffle looks like this. Now with the virtual business card, you get 10 cards. You have the possibility of using 10 cards. Can I be clear? I don't even use all 10. Well, it's $10 a month, so you don't pay any less, but you get it. So what do I do? So for my customers, they get, oh gosh, I don't even know if y'all can see this without it being all crazy. Hold on, let me see if I can position this right, guys. Ooh, Molly, no, you're not going to be able to. Hold on. Is that still going to not do it? I don't think you guys can see it. This is horrible. It's just not a good, no, it's not going to let me do it. Okay, so this is what I'm going to tell you. You're going to have to say, Molly, please text me your Shuffle app. And then you're going to have to put your cell number down. And I will text you all the Shuffle cards that I use. But let me tell you what I use it for. The one I was trying to show you was I do a card that actually has the front of the brochure on it. It talks about the highlights that's in here. I make all this up. If Avon on their YouTube site has like 412, it was Bug Guard. So I took their Bug Guard little short YouTube video and I put the connection here. They can hit it, they can watch it, which is really great. Also, it says my next order is going in. It has a little message tab that says just a reminder that my next order is going in on this day. Please take a look at my online brochure or the brochure I sent you. Let me know what I can get you. And then they click that. And there's the brochure. There's the link to the brochure. Even for some reason or somebody meets me on the street and I say, hey, I can send you the link to my catalog right now so you can look at it if you're okay with that. Oh yeah, they give me their name and their phone number, their cell number, and I text them this card. So I have one for that. I have one many of you have gotten. You got the welcome to our Avon team. Maybe if I hold it way back here. This ain't helping either. What in the world? This one says welcome to our Avon team. And this has the links to Team Onward. It has the links to Onward no matter what. It has a YouTube video introducing myself. It talks about what they can expect. So there's one for my team. Then I have one that I use just for anybody who wants to buy or sell. Somebody will say, well, can I get your business card? And I'll say, I'll do one even better. I have a virtual business card where you don't have to worry about holding that business card. I said, if you'll give me your name and number, I'm going to send it to you right now to your phone, and you can just key it in as me, and you'll have everything you need. It has the opportunity on it. It also has how to buy from me if they're not interested in the opportunity. So that's one. Then we have the welcome. And then I have one, there's this other part of Shuffle that's called the Wave. And what this is it basically for, now I have an iPhone, but this only sends links to Android phones. So anybody who has an Android phone within X amount of yards from me, they get what's called, and their Bluetooth is enabled, they get a little bling from me. And if they click on that advertisement, all of a sudden it comes up and it says looking for an Avon representative. I'm here in your area. You can contact me. So the Wave is more expensive. The Wave is $50 for the unit. You buy it outright, and then you pay $10 a month for it. I get thousands of hits on this. Now, do I get thousands of people who buy from me? No. I want you to think about this as a billboard. It's like a billboard. How many times do you go up and down the road on a highway? You see the same billboard hundreds of times. You may not have any need. You may not have any want to. And then something happens and you need that dentist that you've been seeing up there because now you need a root canal. So suddenly you're going to call that guy who has all that money that he can put that billboard up there. It's kind of like that. It makes impressions is what it does. And look, some people never look at their ads when they get those. They do not send them to iPhones yet. They don't have permission for that yet, but they're going to. But it will send from an iPhone because I have an iPhone. But I got to tell you, I'm shocked how many people still have Androids. But to be clear, up until this year, I had an Android too. That's all I had. I was scared to death of iPhones. So this may not be something you want to do now, but I use this app for emailing I'm sorry, for texting my customers. I've got people who say, Molly, when you send me my reminder, would you just text me? And I'm like, no problem. And they get this Shuffle app is what they get. Now, for people who want a phone call from me, I could sit and I could call everybody all at once, but I don't. I use a system that's called voiceshot.com. And voiceshot.com is very, very easy. It's one of those things where for a few pennies, you can send out a recorded message from you to anybody who would rather get a phone message. And yeah, I do ask people, do you prefer email? Do you prefer text? Do you prefer me to call you? What do you prefer for a reminder? And those who say they'd rather me call, I've got a lot of older customers who prefer for me to call. I use voiceshot.com. And I call, I record, hey everybody, it's Molly with Avon, just calling to remind you that on Wednesday my order goes in. I need all orders by 12 noon. So take a look at your book right now. And don't forget, the bug guard's on special. The bugs are going to be crazy from all the rain. And anybody who places an order with me of $25 or more, you're going to be entered into my free drawing for my next $37 gift for whoever wins. The point is, everything goes on there in a matter of seconds, and all their numbers are loaded, and they stay loaded. So then all I've got to do is just send it out. I pick the time and the day that I want it to go out, and those people who want calls get their calls. So think about it this way. Do you want to contact everybody? If you had 50 customers, do you want to contact everybody 50 times by phone, 50 times by text, 50 times by email? And you're like, and then you feel like, if somebody did that to me and I got all those ways, would it annoy me? If your answer is yes, it's probably not a good idea to do it to your customers. But if you find out, and I do, I say, when I talk to them, I said, hey, I'm sending out reminders. Can I ask you, which way do you like to get your reminders? Do you want text? Do you want email? Would you rather me call you? Just want to know. And I get some people who say, Molly, I know that when I want something, I just want it and I'll call you. And I leave them off of it completely. I honor their wishes. But these are things that, again, when you're trying to bring your business together, you have got to figure out, what are you going to do that can impact your business to the positive and get you on a schedule so you don't feel like you are chasing your tail all the time. So I use voice. And look, sometimes you got a few customers, you don't need voice shot. You got 5 people who need to be called, just call them. Maybe you don't want to pay for a service like that. For me, I'm always looking for write-offs, so it's always a really good thing. Okay. What else do we do here? So we know that we want to make sure we're following up. The biggest thing ever is to follow up, and how are you going to do it? When I first started out and we didn't have all these services, I went to the dollar store and I got the really cheap like Post-it notes. I didn't get the expensive ones because I couldn't afford them. And I got them, and for hand-to-hand combat, I would just put that Post-it note on the front of the book that I was going to give them. I think I talked about this a few weeks ago where I said I pull out still to this day, how many books do I pull out that I need to talk to X amount of people myself every campaign. I'm on that nice round number of 10. So about the second day before the campaign's going to end, if I look back and see that I still got 4 books that I need to share, I know I need to go somewhere and get busy. Well, Molly, where are you going? Well, it could be that I'm going to the grocery store. It could be that I'm going to the post office. It could be that I've got to run up to Walmart. It could be that I'm going to a party and there are going to be a lot of people there, and I want to make sure I have stuff ready. And I do try to make my books then as endearing to people, make them want it. Look, even if people think they're not into Avon, I find that when I make up a little sample packet to put in for my hand-to-hand combat, and Melody and I talk about this all the time because she's out there like kicking tail and taking names trying to get stuff done. I try to use a little bit of everything. I'll take one skincare, I'll take one men's cologne, I'll take one women's cologne, and then I take a lipstick. I have pens that are made up. Again, I did this years ago, and for some dumb reason bought 1,000, and now I got all these pens left that have my name and number on it. A piece of candy, because I like it to be inviting. The kids are like, oh yeah, Mama, thank you, because I got a piece of candy in a moment. Anything to get everybody in on it. I have a recruiting flyer on the back of it. I have my information on the book, and all my information is on the samples too, because if somebody divides the samples up, they need to know who to contact. So I put my e-store on everything. My number is on there. Very, very important. So when I'm doing, and look, when I first started this, I couldn't do all this. It was the book, it was the flyer, and they got 2 samples. Everybody has a starting place. Do not do stuff like this and put yourself in debt with your business. Yes, you have to spend money to make money, but know what your limit is and spend and invest in what you feel is important. Remember, when we're doing these trainings, a lot of this is just stuff that I have tried through the years. Some stuff I still do like this to make sure that wherever you're at in your business, you can absolutely say, I can do that. I want to do that. I'm struggling to talk to 5 people a campaign. That's my number. And the point is, if you've got a little bit of something more than just a brochure to share with people, and you can say, hey, I'd love to share an Avon brochure with you, and I've got a packet here with a bunch of little samples in it. Would you like one? I have never, ever, ever had somebody tell me no to samples, ever. That's why no matter what you can start with, samples are a big help, okay? So think about that. Let's talk about something for established customers real quick. I love this. These are the things that keep the customers coming back. So we have the Aspira one this time, right? So about every 4th campaign, well, I'm always in the dollar store, but I'll go up to the dollar store, and I love to get stickers for cheap. The last ones that I got, and I use these for my team too with stuff like cards and all, but I get things like this that have the purple, the smiley face, whatever it may be on it. And I get these really, really cheap. I'm normally 500 at a time. Oops, one of them came off, daggone. And what I do is I will say, can't get my start to go back on, guys. My start, I want to go on. Okay, there it goes. I tell them, hey, it'll have a little, I have a sticker on the front. It will say like, look for, in this case, because I didn't realize they were all different colors when I got them, I always say like, look for the star or look for the smiley face, but most of the times they're all pretty repetitive. I don't know what I was thinking here. Look for the smiley face. And it's the same thing in every book. Like this past campaign, I did it with this 2-step to glow. I love this because 1, it's a seasonal product, so it'll probably be out all summer. And then Avon, unless it's really, really popular, will take it out of here. Well, both of these products, let me see, regular price, they're $10, but they're on sale for $6.99. So, especially with all you newbies going after your 40%. So what I do is I say, find the smiley face or find the star in the book, the sticker, the star sticker, the smiley face sticker. If you find it and you order that product, I'm going to give you $1 off the product. Now, in this case, that's what I've done. Now, do I do that with things that are like $3? No, I don't do that. But something that's going for $6.99, I know I'm making 40, 45%. If you're watching this in your President's Club or above, you know you're making that. But this is, and look, I don't ever do this with clothes. Clothes are seasonal. So don't waste your money because they're not good. That's not a repeat. That's not a repeat sale. That's an impulse sale. The shoes, the jewelry, all of that, they're all impulse sales. I do this for repeat sales. I do this for beauty. I do this for body. I do it for skincare. I do it for things that I'm like, ooh, I really like that. Like next time, I'm doing it on the clay masks because I've used every one but the purifying one now. And oh my gosh, I'm in love with those masks. So if they're watching me, and many of my customers do on Facebook and Instagram, they know I'm loving these masks because I'm taking crazy pictures of myself with the mask on my face. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm just like, what, no makeup and I look like a freaking Halloween exhibit, okay? But I don't care because they're laughing and I'm telling them what I like about it. So the point is I will put that sticker on here, and if they want it, I know automatically, yeah, you know what? They're going to get $1 off their order. You will be surprised. People love to play along. They love to be the one to find that. Now, I don't do this obtaining new customers. If you only have like 5 existing customers right now, do it with them. Do it with anybody who's already bought from you. Do it with an established customer. And the thing is, I always have the labels made up to just put that on there. So that's what I do, but I don't do that every time. Sometimes, and a lot of times for me, mostly now, you know, I use those A boxes. Somebody will earn a free one. Anybody who has an order of $25 or more, and for every $25 in that campaign they spend with me, they get an entry for the A box. And by the way, I now do this for my online people too, because if I have to spend a couple of dollars and send it to one of them, look, eStore, we're making just as much on eStore as we are with people buying in person with us. And I believe that we need to encourage those eStore customers to buy from us too. So when they do that, I make sure, hey, not a problem in the world. We're going to make sure this happens. You'll be entered too. And some of those people have actually won. If they put a $50 order in, they get 2 entries. If it's $75, they're going to get 3 entries. What's really funny is almost all the time somebody wins, it's the people with only 1 entry in. It only takes 1 to win. And then on my invoices, the next campaign, when I'm delivering, I say, congratulations to Julie N. from Chesapeake, Virginia, who won the A box. And it was worth $37 or whatever it is. But they always know, my customers do, to go to the back of the book because they know somebody could get this without actually paying $40. So I like that. And then if somebody says, well, I'd really like to have that, I can say, well, I can still order from that book. You just got to order $40 worth of products from that book, and you can have it for $10. So sometimes it opens you up to other sales too. So think about those little tricks of the trade. That sometimes can help you. Places to go. I want you to think about, I used to have to think about my day at work, my whole day with my boys. And according to what day it was, it could change. You know, on Tuesdays and on Thursdays, I was delivering newspapers too at night after working 10 or 11 hours a day at my regular job. So a lot of times what would happen is I'd have to run around during the day and I'd have to do bank deposits for my job, or I would have to go deliver something for them, or I'd have to run out and go pick up the lunch or whatever it is that I was doing. And when I did that, I very much thought about how many brochures. I need to have brochures with me. I need to make sure I can leave them. If I was going through the drive-in window, I had the brochure ready, my information, and when I got that receipt back, I put this in there and said, hey guys, there's something in the tube for you. Don't forget to get it. I put a couple of samples in there, and away I went. Most of the time, I didn't just get one person from the bank. I would get 2 people from the bank. If I went to the doctor's office, the dentist office, I did the same thing. If I was taking my boys to the football field for practice, whatever it may be, I had bug spray with me, a couple of cans of each. I had some change on myself about it. And when I was spraying myself down with bug spray because I didn't want to get eat up, they were like, oh my gosh, I wish I had some of that. Oh my gosh, I got a can right now. It'll last you through the whole season. Why don't you go ahead and take it? So I think that we have to think outside the box sometimes. If we are always ready with what we need to do to build this business, the business is going to have a slow build. And that is what's important. If you're brand new, don't come into this business thinking that, you know what, I've been in 3 campaigns, I should have 50 customers by now. If you do, that's awesome. I got to be real. I didn't. And I was like out there tossing 100 books in the neighborhoods. I was talking to people. I was leaving everything. But while I was being upset about not having 50 customers, what I forgot is that I started with none. And when I look back, I may not have had 50, but I had 10. And then I had 12. And then I had 14. And then I had 21. And there was a slow build. And now when I look, 437 people somewhere within the year are ordering from me. And with those people, I'm selling $28,000, $30,000 worth of Avon a year. So definitely not anything to sneeze about, for sure. So you have to know that this is a slow build. Being a newbie, you have to know you are building this. I was talking today on the Onward No Matter What group for an impromptu live stream with them. And I told them, I said, don't you remember that before you could get that diploma, that you had to go through 13 years of school if you included kindergarten? So kindergarten through 12th grade in order to get a piece of paper that said you were smart enough to graduate. Now, I'm not telling you it's going to take you 13 years, but what I'm going to tell you is you couldn't have done algebra unless you learned addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, because you've got to put the building blocks down there so that you'll understand what you're doing. You could have never written a sentence if you didn't figure out what were the sounds of the letters. What happened when you put the letters together? How do you figure out how those words are there? This is just as much a learning experience. This is something that the more you get on these trainings, the more you watch my YouTubes, the more you put yourself out of that little comfort zone. And Melody, I know I talk about you all the time, but that's probably not good because the girls probably think I'm doing favoritism or something, and maybe I am. But girl, I feel like we talk all the time. We're always emailing with each other, and it's so cool because Melody is always keeping me on track with what she's doing. And sometimes I feel like a slacker when I get an email from her. I'm like, dang, I need to stop contacting that team right now. Get out there and work on some new customers, because she's taking everything she's watching, everything she's learning, everything she can think about, and she's putting it together, and she's saying, I don't know how many I'm going to get, but it's not going to be because I didn't go after them. It's not going to be because I didn't share them. She's having conversation. She has figured out tossing is good, going door to door is good, but hand-to-hand combat is going to get it done when you want to seal the deal as far as getting those people in there. And when I think about it, really, it is true. Some of the best work I ever did and the best customers I got were because I walked into a place, somebody called me, found my book somewhere at a senior's home or a hospital, a doctor's office. They found it. They looked at somebody's books. And then I started going in there having communication. I started going in there going, okay, guys, we got a new perfume. So I bought 7 samples here, and I need you all to try it. Or, hey, here's a new lipstick. Here's 7 different colors. I want you all to try it, and then you're going to tell me what colors work best for you. And then if you decide to buy that lipstick, I'm going to give you $1 off that lipstick. Yes, it cuts into my commission. Yes, it does. But can I be honest? They are forever customers. They're not looking for that all the time. But I said, if you really like this lipstick, I'm going to help you save a little bit more. So maybe I sacrificed $1 commission, but considering the fact that the next time it's on sale, they'll probably buy 2 more because they really liked it, it can build it. But you've got to be willing to say, what can I do? Because look, if just leaving books places, that will get you customers. It will. but it's going to be a slow roll. I got to be honest. It's going to be a slow roll. When I talk about tossing brochures, and I do many videos about that, do you know that I never tossed a new brochure ever? It was always older brochures. It was brochures that, because I always bought 100 or more at a time, always. That was after my first 2 campaigns. I said, I'm never getting less than 100. I had 8 customers, but I was going to get books out there. Well, I was busy. I couldn't always. I made a commitment to get 10 in people's hands. But when books would build up, I would take those old brochures and I said, I'm not going to ever throw these away. I don't care if the prices aren't good. Do you realize if you have 3 brochures to go back and look at, as long as the product's still available, do you realize you will find something just as good in price, or in a lot of cases cheaper than what they even saw? So I take those books, I label them up, and I toss them in driveways, or take them in the neighborhoods, in the townhouses, and I put them in the driveways. I hang them on the door. I get me a little exercise or something and get out there, work on my tan or something. I don't know, got to do something. Make my butt a little smaller, something like that. I'm always working on that. It never seems to work. But I'm always out there trying to do something to say, I'm going to get these brochures. And by the way, I even use the older ones. I keep some of those, because if I run out of the really good ones that have the samples and all in them, I want to make sure I've got some backup. So I will give them one of those older brochures that are in the clear literature bags and say, call me if there's anything that you want. So I want you to think that there's nothing off limits here. You have got to be willing to create your own success. You're going to try some things that, that don't work for you, but you're also going to try some things that you're going to say, holy moly, where has this been all my life? I need to keep doing this. Sometimes you'll find things that you'll say, this was really working for me. What happened? And then you're going to find, well, I need to shift things up. And that's exactly what you have to do. You have to shift things up. Let me see here what Melody say. I'm more excited to take a book once you mention it. They have samples in them. Yes, they do. You're absolutely right. And look, and no matter what anybody says, the fortune is in the follow-up. Look, I love the customers who just call me. I do. I love the customers who just, they are on it. They are better at it than I am. And I've got some who, they are just every campaign, and I love them. I didn't follow them all, if I get them all at once. But there are people who, I love when I hear, I'm so glad you sent me that text. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you emailed me, Molly, because there was something I wanted. Let me take a look at the book and I'll get back to you. That then gives me permission that if they don't do that within 24 hours, I can get back and say, hey, don't forget my order's going in. Don't forget, you said you wanted to place your order. Oh yeah, that's right. Hold on. I'm going to send that to you right now. We're in a world where you cannot worry about, am I overstepping? Overstepping is every hour, every day, hounding somebody. You know the difference between reminding somebody and hounding somebody. Also, when we talked about these stickers and all, sometimes it's a good thing to put it on something that you like. Because if you can put, like, sometimes I will take a brief summary on my voice shots or on my texts, and I will say, don't forget to look for the sticker. This product is something I believe in. Like the Footworks line. I love the Footworks line. I love it. I love the I love the foot spray because my boys have got the stinkiest feet in town, and I'm always like, hashtag stop the stank. Thank you very much. You guys you come visit me, you better spray them boots. Don't you take the boots off of my house because you stink. But like the cracked heel relief, which is good for elbows, which is good for bad hands. It's good for cracks in your feet. Anything that is rough on your body, this stuff is amazing. I live by this. My family lives by this. So a lot of times they know I pick Footworks because if one thing's on sale there, normally it's a little bit of everything. So remember things that you think that you love. When you can give a testimonial about it, when they're calling you or saying, hey, I'd like to have that, or what's great about this product, something from you is good too. And again, not to go out in all your books. Don't waste all that ink, all that effort on people who aren't established with you yet. You want to do this with people who you know they are your customers. Okay, so we're talking about making sure people know what you do, and you remember the what's new things. I'm going to tell you something else I do with these. The books, and by the way, you always do this without samples. Don't do this with samples, because you'll have one greedy person take all of them if you put any samples in this. So remember this about this part of the video. You do not want to put a book like this on there with all the goodies. But I got myself one of those suction hooks for the back of my van, or in the glass. If you have a car, you can put it on the side of your van. You can put it on both sides of your van, and and really big on the label on the front of each book, I will put "Take me, I'm free," with an exclamation point. And I hang these only 2 or 3 at a time on the hook. Whenever I know I'm going to be in a store like grocery shopping for longer than 10 or 15 minutes, I just made it like brushing my teeth in the car. I took 6 brochures out. Okay, 3 for this side, 3 for this side. And when I got the van, I just took 4 and put 4 on the back of them. And I would leave them there. They say, "Take me, I'm free." And the most exciting feeling in the world is when you come back out from going grocery shopping, you're like, "Oh my God, 2 brochures are gone." No, you don't have follow-up information. I get it, right? But you know, when you're going here, would you like an Avon brochure? You know how it is. Some people just take it because they'll just take it, but you'll never hear from them. But when they see it hanging and they're taking it, they must like the products. There must be something about it that they like. So now we know there is a this section that says, yeah, this is cool, which is suggested a hook for my truck. My husband said, he said, "Be happy with my window decal." Hey, girl, think of it this way. Once I get you making all that money and you got your own hook 'em up for it, you gonna be okay. You ain't gonna have to worry. I'm gonna put 8 hooks on my car. Watch me. I'm gonna hang them all over the place. And I gotta tell some people too. Think about this too. You know how sometimes you're at an event like a football game or something like that, or you're at a high school going to see something. I've got representatives who will take a basket and put the Avon brochures in a basket or something, or a box, and they'll just put them there, and they'll write on there, "Please take an Avon brochure, free Avon brochure," anytime they're somewhere. And then again, if you're like me, look, I used to go set up with these samples and with the brochures the way that they are, and I had the science boards, and I would cut them up into 3 parts, and I traced real big on there, free Avon samples. And then they would come, and I would have some hand creams and stuff there if they wanted to fill out the questionnaire form. And I have questionnaire forms that are 4 to a page, so if you want those questionnaire forms, you need to include that in your email to me. But the questionnaire forms basically say, I need your name, your address, your phone number, and your email. Do you have an Avon representative? If not, would you like one? Would you like to receive an Avon brochure? And are you interested in earning extra income? And if they'll fill that out, I give them like a free, if you'll fill this out, I'll give you, you get a free hand cream or a lip balm or something that I got out of the outlet that didn't cost me that much, which was very cool. So on that, you need to know that you can get these things. You can do these. I used to do that like in parking lots where, when like a grocery store closes down, or a lot of times you'll see people, they'll set up in certain places, they will set up like for yard sales and stuff, that I would open up the back of my trunk, put that sign out there, and then have this stuff available, put a little folding table outside. And I would take that and I would make sure that I would get customers that way. How crazy is that's what I say, these little events like little community yard sales and all, where you can go, maybe you have some bug spray or some Skin So Soft or a couple of deodorant. Maybe you have some makeup that you want to display. Don't go buy a bunch of stuff. Just display what you have, maybe from what you got from your kit. And what's really great about that is that you're doing it. You can make instant on the sales, on the spot sales right there. You got a brochure. Hopefully, if they fill out a questionnaire, then you can make sure they get a brochure every campaign. It gives you another hookup. You already know they like the product. I mean, seriously, there are all these ways, and we're going to continue talking about all this with all the training and the different things that we're doing. But you need to make sure that you are finding the right activities to fit into your life right now. If you're so busy, you're like, I don't know what to do. You need to think about everything we've talked about today and say, what can I do? Some of you are going to say, I'm going to go do it all. I'm going to go do it all. I'm going to do a little bit of everything, and I'm going to find myself some customers. And that's great too. But you can either do things where you can work Avon around your life, like I had to do in the beginning. And then as my life settled down just a little bit, I could then pin down some time for Avon and work Avon into my life. So the more I did, the more successful I became. I could do a little bit more. And you know, I didn't have money for signs for my car at first. I didn't have money for any of that stuff. I mean, I talk about these. I talk about the buttons that you can wear. I didn't. By the way, if you want to know where these buttons come from and you want to deal with my guy who makes these for Avon reps, also ask me for the site for the buttons and the decals. Look at this. We talked about this on the call the other night. The American Society, American Cancer Society that we're pairing with. This guy makes all these things for me, and you can put this stuff like on invoices. Like, let's say you got somebody who always buys makeup, but you want to let them know, look, you may need the bug guard. If you put this on their invoice, oh, fight the bite. Yeah, I still do got 2 mosquito bites. You'd be surprised what the power of suggestion will do on an invoice, and these are not expensive. So if you can't do it at first, the thing is, make it a goal to earn enough money so you can do it. Wear my button all the time, especially on the weekend when I'm out with my husband. He doesn't seem to mind. I'm loving your husband already. Tell him, Mama Molly said she gonna talk him into that hook yet, Melody. You tell him I'm gonna come out and do lunch with him, and he's gonna love me so much he gonna let you. That's what's gonna happen. Yes, I'm gonna make a believer out of him. So yeah, so it's the thing is, this comes with time. Look, the number one thing, and look, I am so sorry for a lot of you who got caught at the end of the campaign. Avon's bringing this new system on board with Avon, and if you waited till the last minute to place your orders in campaign 11 and 12, you got hit with the glitch where it wasn't letting us get on the system at all, and that was so freaking frustrating. Even though my order was in, because I did it before that, Avon is working on it. This will not be going on forever. This new system is not completely on track yet, but every campaign they're bringing a few more things on. So I'm suggesting to all my new reps who are anywhere within 0 campaigns to their 7th campaign, make sure that you are putting your order in, I would say, between now and Sunday, because Monday and Tuesday seem to be the bad cloud days, boy. I'm crossing myself, praying to Jesus. I'm just doing everything, going, please, Lord, don't let the system go down, because everybody's going to yell at me. I know it's coming. But it's okay, because I can take it, because I get this. I've been through this a few times with Avon. But they're getting it right. And I want you to know that when they get done with what they're doing, the system is going to be absolutely awesome. So no worries there. Okay, let's see. So how are you going to earn an entry for the shirt? Okay, so I'm going to be giving, for newbies, this is anybody in their 0 to their 7th campaign. 0 to their 7th. This is campaign 13 and 14. If your order is $200 or more in campaigns 13 or 14. If you've already put in an order in for campaign 13, don't worry. You don't have to go put another one in. I'm not telling you to do that, and your order wasn't $200. Hey, if you get enough orders in, you still got till 7, and you get a couple of $100 more. Hey, wouldn't that be awesome to be able to make all that extra? But that's why I'm doing it 13 and 14, because some people have already placed their 13 order. If you have a $200 order in and you've been in 7 campaigns or less, and again, let us talk about the campaigns. It's not how many orders you put in. It's from the time that you place a first order. Every campaign after that is included as an order. You could come in and put your first campaign in 12, and if you don't put one in 13, which is supposed to be your second campaign, that means the next one you put in, that's not your second Kickstart campaign, that's your third Kickstart campaign. You just didn't put something in campaign 2. So know how that works. Once you start, every campaign stands alone, whether you put an order in or not. So when you're talking about your Kickstart goals, I mean, come on, let's think about this. For some of you, you're on your 4th, this is going to be your 4th campaign, your order total needs to be $250. But if you didn't put in your 3rd campaign of 200, you're going to think all you need is 200. Nope, you need 250, because remember, they are still adding up how many campaigns you've been with Avon. So if you want an entry to get the shirt, hey, if you put a $200 order in 13 and then put another one in 14, that's 2 entries for the shirt, okay? So it's Hello Beautiful with the hashtag My Avon Story. Love this shirt. Been saving it for a special occasion. So I figured my newbies are definitely a special occasion. Also, that will be the first drawing, but I'm also going to give away 3 buttons. 3 buttons here. Don't know what 3 buttons, but they're all going to say something like, take this job and love it, Avon, ask me for a free brochure. And you know what's great if you already have one? Save it for your first recruit. Save it for your first person who's coming on your team, because you want to help them out. Or here's one, I sell Avon. It has the lipstick and it has the lips. So there's going to be 1 of 4 things that you can earn. Again, 13 and 14. So, you know, when we do this new rep training next week, there are going to be a couple of weeks you're going to still be hearing about this. And then all this is, we won't do the drawing until campaign 14 closes completely, and these will be mailed out, and they have to be paid orders, okay? You can't just put the order in and then not pay for it. These are paid orders. So if you're going to put in an order of $200 or more, you must make sure it's paid for before you get the entry. So it's got to be paid for by the close of campaign 15, okay? Because a lot of people have credit and they don't have to pay until campaign 15 for their 14 orders. So we have to give them a chance to do that, to be fair. And then the shirts and the buttons will be, I'll make an announcement, I guess, on the next live feed after that, of who ended up earning that. So that's a good thing. We'll keep talking about it, and I'll also put up something in the Team Onward group. Again, if you're not on the Facebook groups, you need to get on there. That's where all the information is. Everything that I come up with in my twiddly little head, I make sure that you guys get to hear about. Now, for anybody who has been in longer than 7 campaigns, you have been in 8 campaigns or more. 8 campaigns or more. For every order that you have, yes, it is going to be steeper. I am sorry. For anybody, I'm not really sorry. It just pushes you. For anybody who's been in 8 campaigns or more, and if you put in a $400 order or more and you pay for it, I am going to be sending you an autographed copy of my book, A View from the Top. You're going to get that, boom, from me. A couple of you already have this coming to you. We'll be getting those out in the mail this week. This has got my story in here and 25 other Avon representatives, sisters. I know them all. They all tell their story. They all talk about tips of the trade. They all talk about their roadblocks that they ran into, the times they wanted to quit, what brought them to Avon. Simple read, but oh my Lord, it is so inspiring. Everything, and there's actually 3 volumes of this. I'm in volume 2. This was Lisa Wilbur's project. There's a volume 1, 2, and 3. If you have mine already by some chance and you're watching this, I can hook you up. If you let me know, I'll hook you up with the people who have 1 and 2, which are the co-authors of those books. So you're going to get that $400 or more, and hold up, you're going to get that, but you're also going to get a $25 gift card for you to spend however you want to do it, okay? So you know we have the recruiting thing going on right now still. There's a $100 gift card up for grabs, but you have to have 3 successful recruits. That does not end until the end of campaign 13. That was 7 to 13, so a lot of people have been working on that. We'll have updates on that soon. Don't forget to email me. Anything you saw, anything you're not sure of what you heard of, whether it's the Shuffle app, whether it's the voice shots, whether it's where do I get the pens and the stickers, the campaign mailer that will mail your brochures out for you, to enter for the Business Booster bundle with all those tools, you need to let me know. Molly, I was on the call. Again, email molly7720@gmail.com. So many of you already emailed me, so you should have that in your box. I was on the live stream. I was on the replay, Molly. That's letting me know you want to be in for the Business Booster. And if there's anything else you want that we talked about, any of that information, you're going to have to ask me for it. I'm not just going to send it all out automatically. You got to do some homework here. You got to work on it. You got to let me know you were on here and you watched this. And then also, what is it that you, as a new representative, if there's something more you would like us to talk about, what do you want to hear from me indirectly? Let me get it on the list, because right now I've got this in 7 weeks covering everything about the site and, you know, starting out new and the different things that we're doing right here. But if there's something I need to add to any of these that could be helpful to you guys, make sure you look. And if you're interested in what we have talked about, all of this is at my YouTube. My YouTube is youtube.com/Molly7720. You should subscribe to that, and you should hit the little bell so that whenever I put a new YouTube up, it will alert you that there's a new YouTube and you can watch it. I do all this free for you guys. You know, want to make sure if you can't be here live, want to make sure you can get it and watch it later. Once we finish the sales call tonight, you will have the updated of what we've done the last 3 or 4 weeks. The Friday night call will be on there. We will have this on here for you to replay if you'd like. If you can't be on the sales, actually in about 45 minutes, we're going to have the sales. We're going to give away a lot of products that Avon gave me if you're on the call. We're going to talk about how to move these products. As newbies, some of this stuff will be repeated that I shared with you tonight, but hey, sometimes you miss something the first time around. So do your homework. We will be here next week, and go forth and multiply your sales. Hopefully find yourself some team members. Don't forget recruiting flyers. You guys have it in you to do this. This is summer. Your kids are out of school. Take advantage of the water parks. Take advantage of what you're doing out there in your off time. Vacation doesn't mean you can't give out brochures. Just put your e-store information on it. Don't put all your other personal information. Put your e-store on there. Take those brochures with you. Leave them everywhere. Leave them the places you go. Leave them with your waitresses. Leave them at the rest stops. I'm telling you, you'll just show up with orders and be like, why is somebody from Missouri ordering for me and I live in Florida? Be like, because you left your brochure somewhere. That's why. So no stone left unturned, okay? So I will see, yes, Melody, onward, no matter what, girlfriend. You're exactly right. That is our motto. That is why we're Team Onward. Thank you for being on here live, or if you're watching the replay, guys, and I'll either see you in less than an hour at the next Zoom, or we'll see you next Monday night. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.